Soni Corinthos is a complicated man, and Bernard continues to make him interesting. For decades, soap operas feature the good guys, the bad guys, and very little in between. The hardened criminals either stayed that way or reformed and became flawless heroes. Then, Maurice Bernard came along as General Hospital's Soni Corinthos and turned that rule on its head, turning a complicated and multifaceted criminal character into the show's leading man. The year was 1993, and Maurice Bernard was already a soap opera name from his time as All My Children's Nico Kelly, a role that lasted from 1987 to 1990. When GH came along and wanted to bring Bernard back to the daytime television fold, he was told he could play mafia-haired Damian Smith, a part that ultimately went to Leigh McCloskey, or nightclub owner Soni Corinthos. Bernard chose Soni because he liked the name, and because the role was only supposed to last 6 months when Damian was envisioned to stick around for 2 years. Bernard didn't want to commit to a multi-year contract, so Soni it was. Little did he know, and little did we know, that 30 years later, he would still be around celebrating 3 decades as Port Charles Coffee King, with a very important and consequential side business nobody is supposed to discuss, but everyone knows about. When Soni first debuted, he was the seedy owner of a seedy strip club who got teenage Karen Wexler, played by Carrie Shane at the time, hooked on drugs and into his bed. That kind of character is typically not supposed to last long, but there was just something about the way Bernard played him that told us there was much more lurking beneath the surface, and fans were intrigued. 6 months turned into a year, and by 1994, Soni had his very own love interest in Vanessa Marcel's Brenda Barrett. The rest, as they say, is soap opera history. Some fans, perhaps even this one, believe that Soni and Brenda could be endgame, and would be endgame if Marcel ever chose to return to the soap. From the moment they first shared scenes together in a car dealership, Bernard and Marcel were electric together, creating a kind of magic in a bottle that's hard to duplicate. Brenda even made Soni attempt to leave the mafia life behind, but that attempt didn't last long and led Brenda to wear a wire to see what Soni was really up to when he wasn't running his new nightclub, Luke's Place. The scene where Soni confronted Brenda over the wire was unforgettable because it was both emotionally and physically brutal, making it hard to watch, but also hard to turn away. We saw Soni's pain over Brenda's betrayal, but also saw him become violent and terrifying. It wasn't something you saw every day on soaps, and without a capable actor in the role, that could have been the end of Soni as a sympathetic villain. It was the end of Soni and Brenda for a while, and the two never found long-term happiness together again, despite more tries over the years. While Bernard left the soap in 1998, we were thrilled to see him back on the Port Charles scene in 1999, and he has remained there ever since. In the 24 years since Bernard returned to GH after that 1-year hiatus, we've gotten to see the softer sides of Soni, as well as those hardened edges. Soni became a husband and a father many times over, and his relationship with each one of his children is both unique and heartwarming. And who doesn't love to see Bernard interact with children? Something that always puts smiles on our faces. In 2023, Soni has adult children, as well as 2 little girls, and every scene he has with them offers the family feeling soaps are known for. We have also seen the darker side of Soni, a man tormented by an abusive childhood who also suffers from bipolar disorder. We'd have watched him fall in love countless times and marry Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, a whopping 5 times. Our hearts broke in 2021 as Soni said goodbye to his father, Mike Corbin, played by veteran actor Max Gale, whose life was taken from him by Alzheimer's disease, and a year later, a whole new Soni arose in the form of Mike the bartender. For 9 months, Soni's loved ones believed he was dead after he washed up on the Pennsylvania side of the river in the fictional town of Nixon Falls, which is apparently near Loving's Corinth. He lived life there as Mike the bartender with no memories of who he was. That simpler life seemed to suit Soni, away from the pressures of running a criminal enterprise that doesn't traffic drugs, humans, or guns, and away from the constant bickering with Carly. Of course, the story got super soapy when Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, found him and didn't tell him who he was for a myriad of complicated reasons. Nina and Soni fell in love, and Soni even forgave her after he got his memories back and learned how she lied. The Sumi that returned to Port Charles and mob life has more swagger and displays more style than the one who battled Julian Jerome on a new.